What's going on, Taurus? And welcome to my channel, Alchemist. Justin here, and I hope you're having a fantastic week so far. So, for those of you who are returning, welcome back, Soul Tribe. I appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, and shares. Your support really is just amazing, Taurus. And it keeps us growing. Sidebar, Taurus, I can hardly contain myself. I'm really excited to do your reading, and you'll understand why in a second. For those of you who are new, welcome. I'm happy Higher Stuff has brought you here, and I'm just, Taurus, I'm just so pumped. I'm happy Higher Stuff has brought you here. We are in for an amazing journey. Now, the theme of this week's monthly spread is going to be a new one, Taurus. It's a planetary energy spread. I don't know what the hand signs are. And I like two more readings to get it figured out. But it is, what I plan on doing with these readings is that every time the sun enters a new sign, I just want to talk about where the planets are at, how we can work with the energies. So hopefully you enjoyed that. I've been enjoying it so far. It's been a fun old time, but just so you're all aware, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one, so take what resonates with you, leave the rest with me, and never force a reading on a situation, okay? So with all that being said, where'd my mouse go? Let's jump into it. Your space has been cleansed. Gems. Feeling lovely. Just great energy all around here, Taurus. Now, Taurus, if you can see here, I got all the zodiac signs laid out for I have all the zodiac signs for where the planets are at, and we'll go through, talk about what planets are in each sign, pull an oracle card for them, and then get some tarot cards on it, okay? And then just a couple other things. These readings that I do, they're not gender-specific readings, so apply these energies to people as they make sense for your situations, okay? And then lastly, the decks that I'm working with, I'll include links down in the description box below, so definitely check that out if you're interested there, Taurus. But Taurus, let's get to talking about the energies here, because Aries is throwing a mad party. And it's actually calmed down, because at first, it was like everybody was there, the moon and like literally every planet. But it was like, well, not literally. Jupiter's in Aries, Mercury is in Aries, and then the sun is in Aries. And let's talk about Jupiter first, because Jupiter's been in there since last year. And Jupiter will be in Aries until the 15th of May. And with this energy, Taurus, hopefully you've been noticing that your ideas have been feeling more innovative, that your intuition's been hopefully like a lot sharper. And this is an opportunity to let go of our past here. Stay with me. This is an opportunity to let go of like limits of our past and to come up with new solutions, to move on. And this is also too, Taurus. Wow, look at you. This is also a time, that makes sense. To take risks. Sorry. I'm building up the suspense. This is a time for good time for self-teaching and self-learning as well, just because Jupiter is a planet of higher learning and expansion and growth. So take that risk, Taurus. Learn new things, to be willing to just grow, okay? And then with Mercury being in Aries, Mercury entered there on the 18th of March and then will be there till the 3rd of April. But now our communication and how we think is more fired up. It's going to be more courageous, more innovative, with more passion, Taurus. So this, and considering with your lineup here, this is a good time if you wanted to talk to that special someone. Maybe you're going to go for that promotion, maybe go for that raise, whatever. Mercury's got your back. It's bold. Fortune favors the bold. And then with the sun being in Aries. The sun will be in Aries through the 19th of April. And this begins the zodiacal year, Taurus. Spring is just in full swing. We're coming out of hibernation. Flowers are blooming. Birds are chirping. You're blooming. It's an amazing time. This full of optimism and opportunities and just amazing, I don't know, something about this spring, Taurus, I like spring, I've usually been a fan, but just something in particular about this. See, I've been smelling spring for like weeks now, so this is the time is just great, Taurus. So all right, But let's start getting into the oracle cards here, because really, Taurus, you got a lot of romance in the air, Taurus, and I mean not just in like my readings. This is I've noticed in even like other people that I'm watching, which it totally makes sense. All this Aries energy, considering where your sign's at. Okay, no, we're gonna talk about yours in a second because that's actually really fascinating how yours lined up there, but. Taurus. Let's talk about this first card, which is, the second card of Libras. And then this is actually a really, really funny card. The ostrich trap, which I don't know why you would need an ostrich trap. But avoidance, closed-mindedness, refusing to face reality, evade, feeling threatened, fake out, inhibit, fear-based thinking, steering clear, running cover, just a conspiracy theory. Interesting Libras card. You know, Taurus, this energy here, this, I will say, be careful with this type of energy here, Taurus. When we're talking about like not like avoiding facing reality and feeling, fear-based thinking and things like that are inhibiting us, Taurus, if that's resonating with you, because I actually was just like talking with someone about your sign. We were just kind of figuring out like how that translates into placements. And your energy, it's not like, I feel like people, when they say that Taurus is a stubborn energy, well, sure, I get that, but I feel that it's more that you're security focused. You want to make sure that your foundation is solid. And if there are anything that are going to threaten that or put that in a precarious place, you're like, keep it moving, or you're keeping it moving. But here's the thing with that, Taurus, where that can be a strength in the sense of like, if we keep some good, got some good vibratory actions that we're doing, going towards growth, that's one thing. But if we're afraid to move forward or, kind of staying stuck because of fear of, because I get it, Taurus, the banks, all the stuff with the banks. And this is more so kind of like more of like a Justin sense, because listen, just a FYI, I'm not really big. I don't watch a lot of anything really. I'm like a more so if I'm not reading about some sort of astrology, I'm journaling. So like it's really like, but I've been feeling that there's been a really like importance of like taking care of your health at this time, and being mindful of that as, just during this time. This is a time that we really being adaptable is going to be the name of the game. And that may be something difficult with, again, all this stuff, health things. We maybe want to stay inside our home, with where the housing market's going. But listen, there's so many areas that we could be panicking in, Taurus. But I feel like with this Queen of Swords popping up, and honestly this double Libra energy here, we need to balance that thinking out, that this feeling threatened and what that is. It's time to get eyes on that, Taurus. Why do you feel that this stuff, you feel threatened in this area? And what can we do about that? Because if we avoid facing the truth, then that's how we get to a tower moment. Because tower moments, even with all this craziness going down, tower moments happening all over the place. It's not a good or bad thing, Taurus. It's a vibration. And if you choose to raise your vibration, the tower moment is within your control. It's one of those things, Mars energy, that's the tower, it may be a little uncomfortable at first, going through these transitions. It's always a little awkward kind of getting settled in, but it's a lot easier than when a tower moment happens to us, because then it can make it feel like we're all out of control and that we don't have any, that our like the rug can be pulled out from underneath us at any moment. But Taurus, finding balance in this way of thinking, because we're sure there is all these things may be crumbling, there's a whole lot of newness, but there's a whole lot of newness. There's a whole lot of opportunities for you to seize upon. In Taurus, this is prime time. I mean, feel like really for you, this would be an excellent time to really start getting out there and start, facing this stuff and thinking, because like this run for cover, all the steering clear, this avoidance, I don't feel like you're going to miss out on the opportunities that are meant for you, but you can really have it big if you work with these energies right now, because earth signs, because that's where my head's really at. Earth signs manifest in a way in this plane that the other elements, really, if you don't have a high concentration of earth, you can't fathom it. Like it's a weird kind of concept. I have a really, I got a really good buddy. I mean, not a lot of Taurus placement, but just riddled with earth. And the way you all manifest, and how you get down to business and how you can move pieces and take something chaotic and build something new out of it and get your abundance. That's what we're going to need to do, Taurus. We need innovative ideas. This is not the time to shrink and to hide. This is the time to be out there and grow. And not even just like being out there. It's not like I'm saying like you got to be like a leader or be like, so public or social media or anything along those lines. But just facing the fact that the reality is changing, and it's been changing for a while, Taurus. This is not something, it may be kind of increasing because March has been a really hectic month with all these planetary shifts, especially with all these outer planets, Saturn being one. Well, Saturn's, because Saturn moves every 3 years, and then especially with Pluto. Innovation is going to be the name of the game, and seriously, Pluto in Aquarius, and we're going to talk about it in a minute, but Pluto in Aquarius, this little chunk of time that is going to be in there is going to set the tone. And really, what you know, what you learn, how you balance in all of this, and how you keep your energies harmonious in this time is going to be really important. Now, more? Okay, hold on, let's get some more, Taurus. Yeah, really, Taurus, this is not, if this is resonating with you, this is not the time to be afraid. This is the time to really get excited, because we really are in a whole new era, of opportunities and enlightenment and growth. Let's see what else we got here. We got wow. Come on, Taurus. Honestly, both of this stuff, Taurus, this is not the time. This is the time to go for it. The Nine of Wands can be a card of tremendous force. This is also a card of keeping persistent, keeping that momentum. In Taurus, this is saying the fact that you got this is fueling your chariot. I really feel like keep it moving. Go see, what do you want to manifest? Where do you want to take all these new cycles that are starting up right now? What does your big win look like for you? How do you go about getting that? And if things seem like you can't, that's like, how do I find a pragmatic approach? Network if you can't think of anything, one. But Taurus, I do believe that this is something that if you needed to find the resources to do stuff, you can. You're ruled by the Empress. And the Empress is at home. More... Higher Self is trying to, because I'm wanting to talk about that next, Taurus, but Higher Self is like, no, there's still messages here. But Taurus, this is the time, I like this Chariot card because even in uncertain times, he's meditating on his win. He's keeping the zen, figuring out, envisioning his next move, because this is not a time, Taurus, to be reactive. This is a time to be proactive. And even just thinking with Cancer, we got one more planetary shift, and we're going to talk about Mars is going to be, when I'm releasing this, Mars is going to be moving into Cancer tomorrow. But envisioning what that win looks like and staying in that mindset. Let that be your drive, because if we let the fear keep us stagnant, then it's just going to be again, tower moments are just going to kind of happen until we get the message, you know, because really that's like higher selves, like last result. It's just like, F, okay. Believe me, you know, there's like a window I feel for tower moments, and it's just like higher self just like, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Ah, okay. Eight of Swords, more. All right, cool. Because Taurus, well, this isn't cool. Because Taurus, I feel like this type of stuff here, this ostrich trap, you're stuck in your head, literally. Your head maybe get out of there, ostrich. I'm kidding, Taurus. But listen, if these things are getting in the way of your growth, whatever this stuff is that's going down, you know, this is a time, I feel like even too, just with that double Libra energy, this could be an energy too, you know, maybe talk with someone. Maybe that could be a friend, family member, partner, professional, however that looks. But maybe working through your ideas and, you know, expressing your concerns, your doubts, your fears. It's because listen, it's okay to feel like that during this time. This is weird, you know, like we're living in a different age. Like it's completely understandable, but we don't want that to get in the way of our fortune. This is Jupiter and Gemini here, and honestly, Jupiter is in detriment in Gemini, and that means that the energy is weakened. And staying in your head Cancer, staying in your head, Taurus, is going to keep you weakened, and it's going to keep you less. It's going to keep you from getting to that win. And this is a time, speaking of Cancer, this is a time to nurture your ideas, Taurus, and to nurture yourself during this time. You know, with all this stuff, this is really stressful. Maybe take a moment and we're done here, Taurus. We're about to move on, because we need to, because all of this, if we're in this energy right now here, well, I don't know about exactly this oracle card per se, but let's talk about the energies, because this is why I'm excited for you, Taurus. All this this instability or maybe fears, I feel like this is a time, you know, really relax, because listen, the Empress is at home. Venus is in your sign. She entered your sign on the 16th, and she will be there to the 10th, Taurus, and she is kicking back and relaxing. The Venus and Taurus, because I mean, it's and I feel like, honestly, just kind of looking at this romance, that's part of the reason why there's this romance that is going around, you know, because Venus and Taurus is very sensual energy, you know, it's just earthy, you know, just like, oof. And she's just like, she can feel she can be herself and just really relax in her beauty, in her actual beauty, and the stuff that she has, you know, and the things that she appreciates, the things that she's worked on. Beautiful energy. I could honestly probably talk about that for your whole reading, but let's keep it moving, because this is an ideal time, Taurus, to bring up any kind of love, any sort of money issues up out in the open. This could be love for, you know, in a partnership. This could be love for you if you're feeling like there's not been enough self-love, friends, family, whatever. But this is a good time to bring that stuff up to the surface and start dealing with that, just because the Empress is, I mean, she rules your sign, so she knows how to handle her coin. She knows when things are in disarray, and Empress she'll get this stuff in order, because she's a combination of all of the queens here. So bet she's going to take the knowledge that she's because she's been taking her laps around the zodiac and figure like, oh, what's been going down? Oh, we got to fix it. We got to get our abode stable. So this is a prime time for you, Taurus. And also, just on a sidebar with this romance, this is a great time if we are thinking about dating or anything along those lines. You know, it's a great energy for courting right now. But also, Taurus, this energy encourages us. I know I was saying keep it moving with the Chariot, but this does also, energy allows us to, or encourages us to slow down and really be in the moment. You know, sometimes when we're in these like kind of panic places, I find, like, you know, a good thing to do is just focus on the abundance that you have. Look at all the things that you've come, like, I mean, really simple as the clothes on your back, tea to drink, a computer, TV, whatever to watch this on, like all of the things, taking moments for that, because I find that we slow down and appreciate that, and even be intentional, like, because Taurus, your sign, I feel like really knows how to appreciate the finer things, really indulge, and not in guilt-free indulgence, you know what I mean? If we're going to enjoy, we're going to enjoy it big. No, I don't care about the price, because this is what I want. You know what I mean? That's where I feel like, when people think about, like, I feel like materialistic for Taurus, it's like, no, you're all about quality, and there is nothing wrong with that. But take moments and, again, slow down and appreciate that. And I find that helps give us to this place of calm, Taurus, because we're going to really need it, because Uranus has been in your sign for like the last few, 5-6 years, something like that. Uranus stays in the sign for about 7-ish years for each sign. It'll be in your sign till 2025. But things have already changed, Taurus. I mean, with, how employment's been going, all this, everyone kind of working from home more, to all the stuff with how we accumulate finances, banks going down, material possessions, and then all of this stuff. With Uranus being the planet of change and, affecting security and whatnot, that can even lower our self-esteem, where we're again, fear-based, feeling threatened, all of that. But all Uranus does, Taurus, is when he comes through, it's literally like, oh, hey, I don't know if you've heard, but the times are changing. All of this, done. we got to get this out of here, because Uranus is trying to get us caught up with the times. And sometimes if we don't work with that, it feels a lot more extreme than Uranus is intending. Uranus brings about revolutionary energy, really kind of changing the game up. And we just have to adapt, Taurus. And I know that can feel maybe a little weird. I feel like for the fixed signs, you and Scorpio, I feel like have like the most intense when it comes to like when you're fixated on something, or when you really are like when something's like, no, this is that and that's it, and like I don't want to hear it, like you know what I mean, Taurus? So, but this is something that we're gonna need to balance this energy out. And you know what? I was actually talking about opposite signs with Cancer. With Scorpio being your opposite sign, they're all about transformation. They're constantly adapting, constantly transforming, metamorphoses. They're looking for depth. They're trying to grow. And really, Taurus, we can learn a lot from our opposite signs, and they can learn a lot from you. But it's realizing that there is a balance. You know what I mean, Taurus? Now let's talk. Wow. And while I'm talking, I hadn't even really paid that any attention. So your sixth card, so that I feel like is confirmation right there. Your sixth card is Scorpio. You got the sixth card of Scorpio, which is the bedroom card. And this is sexual fulfillment, intimacy, sensual pleasure, all the sensual energy, love affair, sleep, contentment, leisure, nap, sleep on it, alone time, oasis, retiring, dream time, astral travel, and call it a day. Now, on a base level, let's do a little pillow talk, Taurus. Because seriously, romance is about people and I don't know if it's really love per se. I feel like it's more so kind of like a spring fling type of thing, just like a lot of, just the energies are just kind of feeling a little more social at this time. So, listen, I'm not going to say, be mindful of how we're, exchanging energies at this time, because when we get into bedroom stuff, and it's not this like, and listen, Taurus, I'm not, not trying to come across as some kind of prude or that, that like, you know what I mean. But I just feel like with all this romance and all this passion going around, we really want to just be intentional. Like, I'm not saying that you have to like ask so like are we going to get married and like where are we going from after this? It's more so as like, what are you bringing your energy for? Where's your vibration at right now? Are you in a hurt place? Are you like where are you operating from when we're performing this act? Because this is you're in a very vulnerable state, you know. There's nothing between you, and it's just energies that are going down, and we just want to be very mindful of that, you know. And again, you know, it's not to diminish the fun, Taurus, but it's just to keep it so that it can stay, you know, a mindful practice, you know, because when you get into like sex and things, it's meant to be, there's healing that can happen in touch and in sex. You know, this can be, you know, it's almost gotten to a place where I almost feel like that it's not that sex has become damaging, but it's become less mindful. You know, we're not really, it just seems like you're just sort of just doing it just cause, you know, like, and you know, this is just my personal thoughts, but just be mindful of that energy. Just because with Venus being at home, she does feel beautiful. You're probably looking beautiful, Taurus, feeling your best. So just something to keep in mind, just especially too with this romance. But this could also be too that there could be love coming in for me, because like I was saying, this is a good time for dating. So if there is someone, you know, maybe that we've noticed that we're really found an attraction, and that there's, you know, you really see that something can bloom here, and that you want to, you know, buy them roses, and it really kind of helps raise your vibration. Absolutely, Taurus, see where that goes, you know, this. And also too, you know, with this, I'm just thinking about the alone time and the maybe calling it a day and whatnot. Just with all this, if we're feeling this stress and things, you know, taking some times to do some more leisurely stuff. Maybe go, because your energy, Taurus, I feel like really would thrive doing stuff like really like outdoorsy things, you know, gardening, camping, maybe just manifesting. You're right, magician. That's exactly what I think. Manifesting. But I feel that, Taurus, more with your, or I think it would benefit your sign as well, just because of how fixed your nature can be when we're working in nature and whatnot. I feel like that gives you, because nature is always changing, you know, where we gotta, when we're tending to plants, you know, for example, you know, there are gonna be times like, okay, how's the light looking? You know, okay, we gotta adjust the water, you know, like, oh, I gotta trim this little buds or things. You know, it gets you in a place of, one, just get you in your nurturing energy, because I mean, honestly, after Cancer, I would think, and honestly, you could probably even rival Cancer, I feel like, on the nurturing aspect. You really know how to nurture in a real earthy kind of way. You know, it's different. But I find that maybe that alone time would just sort of help you just kind of de-stress and really get used to seeing the changes, and get you used to cycles, because, you know, I feel like that's what you're maybe missing, that Cancer has that perk, is that, you know, Cancerians are just used to cycles all the time. We have we have no choice but to change, otherwise it's just going to be a mess. But yours, I feel like it's not, since it's not so drastic, I just feel that maybe getting your energies used to just being on cycles, and getting used to change and whatnot. Because even if we're not gardening, even just like getting outside more, think about, you know, let's say if we're going camping, you know, you get up each day, you know, your experience, you could be in the forest somewhere. You're going to have a different experience every day, because you never know what kind of sounds you might be hearing, what birds might be awake, what little critters might be rolling around. Picture this, Taurus. We're going to paint a beautiful thing, you know. You could be, are you going to do a fire that day? Are we going to go by the water? You know, just anything, I feel like, to really kind of get us out of this, you know, stressful state, I feel would be beneficial for you as well, Taurus. Nice. Knight of Cups. I'm with that. And that's what we were talking about. You know, talk about all this love, Taurus. Maybe doing some more stuff that you love as well. The Knight of Cups, he loves fun. He loves the joy of love and of happiness and fulfillment. You know, that when it comes to stuff like that, you know, talk about filling up his cups, he's all for it. And I feel like, Taurus, this is the time for you to be all for it. Pamper yourself, nurture yourself, really give yourself this time, especially while Venus is at home. Enjoy this lovely energy that you're basking in right now and make the most of it, because seriously, this peacock here represents the brilliance of, because the Knight of Cups represents the ocean, and this peacock represents the brilliance. And that's what I feel like you need to focus on, your brilliance there, Taurus, because then that's going to get you strength. That's what this crab represents. And when we have that confidence and, you know, have that self-esteem again, then we're able to tackle on this stuff. And actually, that's really nice with where your next card's getting ready to go. But this really, Taurus, can be a time for you to just, you know, retiring, you know, go for a retreat, go find an oasis, you know, make your own oasis, take a nap, you know, but just anything to just get your, because just thinking with Mercury, because the magus or the magician is Mercury. And Mercury energy can be very active. You know, they just could have an overactive mind. And again, you know, if we're in that fear-based thinking and just like, oh my God, crazy, what if disaster scenarios, let's throw some love on that. Let's do some stuff that's going to get ourselves back balanced, because the Knight of Cups can also be, for me, it's just like emotional wisdom and really understanding yourself, getting that head and heart alignment here. And really, too, I'm really going to double down about that head and heart alignment. You're getting all kinds of double downs here, because both the King of Cups and the Queen of Swords, the Queen's oh, actually that's false, but Queen of Swords will actually bring this thing home. Thanks, girl. Great save. The Queens represent water in this deck, and the Swords represent air. Water dealing with emotional things, air dealing with intellectual. Getting your head and a heart in alignment here is going to find that balance. So, any more here? Okay. Now let's move on to this next energy here, which is going to be, that was actually really nice. No more here? Okay, I just want to stay in that energy a little bit longer. But let's, oh, and actually one last thing I did want to say, you know, in that something, another little, don't you find it kind of interesting that you would get the bedroom when Venus is at home, probably chilling in her bedroom, feeling her best, take it, you know, maybe has some incense lit, you know, maybe watching her favorite show, maybe she's curled up with a nice book, she's wearing her best clothes. Because here's the thing, I'm thinking now, that got me thinking about Eat, Pray, Love. When's the last time you treated yourself, Taurus? Did you buy yourself some maybe this could be just like a sexy night for you. What's that one song? I'm having my own, wait, what, how does that go? Having my own sexy weekend. I don't know how that song goes, but you know what I mean, Taurus. Have a sexy weekend. I'm with it. Okay, let's get out the bedroom. Let's talk about Cancerian energy. Because with Mars is going to be moving into Cancer on the 25th, tomorrow. We already talked about that. And it will be in Cancer until the 19th of May. Because Mars has been chilling in Gemini for like a really long time, and I'm actually kind of glad that it's moving out of there, because I have my moon's in Gemini and it's a lot going on. But with Mars moving into Cancer, this is an interesting place for Mars, because Mars is technically kind of in detriment in Cancer. So that heat that he's normally bringing is being drowned in emotions. Honestly, Knight of Cups is probably the best way to describe Mars in Cancer, because we are going to be, wow, thanks, bud. Mars, just with this energy, if we're not feeling emotionally connected to something, it's not that we're not going to get it done, but it's just going to take more effort. Just because with Cancerian energy, you know, we're weird when it comes to, yeah, we're a cardinal sign, which is like the initiators of the zodiac, but where all the others just sort of like start stuff, we're just sort of like, no, I don't like that. No. Ooh. And then when we find something, we're all in. Like, it's like, move. But that's how I feel this energy is going to be during this time. But that can be, it's a double-edged sword, Taurus. And the sharper side of it, I feel like how we can take it to our advantage is that the things that we love, like Hopefully you love yourself, Taurus, and if not, let's make you a habit this during this period of time. You can take this energy and to put into action and to nurture yourself, you know, because Mars is going to protect things that are really close to his heart. And Taurus, there's no one closer to you than you. So protect you during this time. Protect your energies. Even, you know, talking about all this bedroom talk, protect your energies. But also, just be mindful, because Mars has the potential to be aggressive energy, and Cancerian energy can be very emotional. That being mindful of being reactive during this period of time, especially while we're in Aries season right now, because I mean I've been hearing, you know, little stories and stuff, and sure, there's a lot of passion, but there's passion on all kinds of ends. Like, you know, there are conversations are getting a little heated. So just something to be mindful of when we're working with this energy, Taurus. But this is interesting. You may not have to worry about fighting people, because you might be kind of doing you're on an Empress week, your Empress sabbatical right now, because you got the biker here. And another one is Libra's cards. And so look at that. The Empress really wants you to just to kind of chill out here, because, Taurus, you ready for an astrology lesson? Because we're getting ready to break this down. I'm just even looking at this energy here. You got two cards, Empresses, both Libra's cards, ruled by the Empress. We focus on balancing ourselves. We're going to be key. Where we may be in detriment, Venus is in detriment in Scorpio. So, or excuse me, in detriment in Scorpio. So, and I didn't, and if I said, never mind. But all of that to say, Taurus, when we take care of ourselves, even like this love card, you know, Venus is exalted in Pisces. Focusing on yourself and really, like, you know, getting your head back right. I really feel like the energies are really trying to get you set up in a stable place, Taurus. You know, if we've been feeling that, you know, and allow yourself to relax, you know. But you got the biker here. Ooh, you got the biker here, which the biker is about lone wolf style, impervious, nonconformist, standing up, breaking rules, brotherhood, enjoying the ride, loves freedom, moving on, outlaw, mavericks, nice, swift actions, and need for speed. And it's interesting, Taurus, because it's like, I know I'm telling you to rest, and I feel like all this night energy is like bringing you, like, you taking actions to rest, you know, like really making this, like, for some of us. I mean, look at where both, and I know like how this looks, but both of the knights are facing at this biker here right now. They want you to just like go enjoy yourself, you know, break some of your rules. If you're like, well, normally I wouldn't do this thing for myself, then do it, you know, go out, treat yourself, you know, allow yourself to just be free for a little bit, and just kind of, I don't want to say, you know, forget about if you can forget about your worries for a little while, forget about them, you know, go relax your mind and go get your energy levels back up, because the Knight of Wands, he's the type that if he's been going for a while and been going based off of fear, kind of just been really reactive, he's going to burn himself out because he's got so much heat that he's bringing. And this is a time, just thinking with this impervious, this is a time, if you can get your energies right up, you're going to be impervious to all of this nonsense that's going down here, because you're going to have, one, treated yourself, found some tools to work on, you know, gotten your head right, and figuring out how we can get out of this stuff. Because even with this nonconformist, it's like, it's almost like, I feel like it's like breaking out of your whatever this, you know, if you've been feeling really rigid, or just you know, haven't been feeling adaptable, you know, it's time to get out of that, you know, really break out of the mold for a second, do something different, live life a little bit, you know. It's not that I don't feel like you're not enjoying life, but just if all of our actions have been just kind of based on the idea that our security is going to fall out from underneath us at any second, I feel like you would benefit putting yourself in a place where we just completely out of your comfort zone, you know, and really be present in that and allow yourself to experience that and get comfortable with that, so that you can grow from that and become a new you, Taurus. More. wow, what? Because one of my favorite, I hate I didn't say that sooner. Because my biggest thing with the Knight of Wands is, yes, if he keeps going just reactive all the time, that is the quickest way to end up in a hanged man situation. But this is also, I just feel like really, this card can be one of new perspectives, and I feel like that, you know, as far as like how you're going about things, Taurus, if there's something that doesn't feel like it's working or that something's been stressing you out, you know how I feel about that, let's change this stuff here. But this is also a card, Taurus. This is a card of redemption through sacrifice, and so there's redemption that's coming, absolutely, but the Hanged Man is like, how much you trying to give? You know, like if you don't want to give anything, dope, then let's get enlightenment. But if you're trying to pay, the Hangman is not going to stop you. But the thing is, you don't have to sacrifice that much or really anything at all. It's just being adaptable. You know, it's not really a sacrifice. It's a letting go. You know, it's allowing yourself to embrace the unknown, embrace the uncertainty. Because I find if you can just get in that place, then everything will be where you can manage it better, you know, where it'll be just more comprehensible, and you'll be able to navigate through all of the noise and all of the stuff that's going down, you know. So let's see what else. Well, we're not taking it, but you see abundance, Ace of Disc here. Oh, okay, we're keeping that, and there you are, Taurus. Oh, well, all right, Taurus. Hold on, Taurus. I'm going to pause like 1 second just to go grab that real quick because I'm like all attached. Hold up. All right, Taurus, we're back on. And yeah, we're back on because, ooh, what's good, girl? My ruler's here. The moon, the priestess, and whoa, Taurus. Let me tell you what just happened here. So I know we're on a whatever this is, Empress sabbatical, but talking about love, Taurus, if we are something in love or if we're thinking about it, these two, probably, other than like the Emperor and the Empress, you know, these two are like soulmates. This is like, because they're the High Priestess and the Hierophant are the two most intuitive major arcana cards, you know, or because cards, period. And, you know, obviously feminine, masculine, but, and it's, you know, we're embodying genders or energies here. So I do feel that if there is something in love, you know, if we're feeling like a really strong connection with someone, Taurus, you know, really pay attention to the people that are coming around our realm here, because the fact that they even came together, because there was like a stack, and the fact that those two were the ones that stayed behind after picking up that stack, come on, Taurus. But you have showed up in a really big way here, and it's time for you to really trust your intuition at this time. You know, how do we get out of this funk? You know, that's going to be the name of the game. Really listening while you're on your sabbatical here. Not for the rest of us, you know, or if we're not looking for love right now. While you're on this Empress sabbatical, really listen to your intuition and pay attention to where it's guiding you, because I tell you, in Taurus, I don't know if you know this, but you really have a good relationship with like the moon. Like you like, we have a great, like, Cancerians and Taurians and like our rulers really get along, and the fact that you have like all this Cancer and their ruler here, really start nurturing yourself and really paying attention to where your feelings are trying to guide you, because that's how Cancerians feel through their you know, or that's kind of like how their intuition is sort of act, like we feel, because we're, you know, are so open with our emotions and can feel all the stuff, you know, we really feel the energies. And that's something I feel like, Taurus, you being the Hierophant, rooted to the ground, you know, really literally, you know, just connected to the earth. The Hierophant is enlightenment, you know, divine wisdom. You know what I mean? This is, and Taurus, this could be something where if we're feeling like in some sort of funk or something like that, this could be, the Hierophant can represent like a teacher. You know, maybe this is like again, like when we're talking about that, maybe talking with some people, maybe talking with finding yourself an expert maybe on a situation or how we can get out of something, whatever. But this is going to be an excellent time for growth for you, Taurus, especially when we're just talking about Mars and, you know, just focusing on the love stuff. Like this is, Taurus, this is brilliant. Look at you. And really look at you. You're going to be, the Hierophant is stable. And you know, the Hierophant, you want to talk about someone who really takes their time and really enjoys the moment and is really present. This Hierophant, he takes, before he makes a move, he takes like 2,000 years before he really takes in all the stuff. And listen, Taurus, I know we ain't got 2,000 years, but you get my point, right? All right, Taurus, let's get to the big one, because we got Pluto entered Aquarius yesterday. And this is a big deal, because the last time, like, it's a really big deal. Anytime these outer planets, and I mean, we're talking, Saturn's a big one, yeah, definitely. But Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, Uranus, those three in particular, when they make moves like that, these are generational shifts. These don't, because they stay in the signs for so long, they have a slower orbit than others. When the last time Pluto made this shift was around like the was in Aquarius, was like around the late 1700s, like about 1778. And then, you know, those last 20-ish years or so, it was a freaking revolution. There was so much that was going down. And this is going to be, you know, Pluto's going to be doing a weird dance at first, because he entered on the 23rd of this month and will be in there until the 11th of June, where he'll retrograde back into Capricorn, and then for the rest of the year, and then officially move into Aquarius on the 21st of January 2024. But these next few months are going to give us like a flavor of what's getting ready to go down. You know, this is such an innovative time. This is going to be a time of the beginning of like a communal, technological, I mean, just revolution. And I know I can be just like a lot, so take it as it resonates. But societal rules are already about to change up. Uniqueness is about to be the mainstream, and I mean, governments are going to change. I mean, it's we're in the generation of Aquarius, and the energy is not playing around. And Pluto is going to really set a tone, Taurus, try to set us up and get us really ready for success. So work with these energies at this time, because this is a big deal. Oh, and hopefully you've been feeling okay with all these energies that are going on, because there's been a lot of big shifts. So make sure that we are empressing, you know, when we can. But let's get into your Oracle card here, which is it's actually really incredible, because even in all of this change, you're still looking for love. You're like, well, you know what, might as well find someone for Pluto entering Aquarius. You know, I love it. But you have the first card of Pisces here, which is the Roses card. And this card is for love, romance, affection, appreciation, devotion, fond, delighted, high emotional IQ, gifts, friendships, infatuated, enchanted, wow, major arcana city. Where are we at? Friendships, infatuated, enchanted, passion, fidelity, tender, yearning, and attached. So we already kind of talked about the romance thing, but I feel too with this, Taurus, that making it a moment or making it a point to focus on the things that we love as well, you know, and devoting ourselves to that type of stuff, because that's where our abundance is going to lie. You know, that's where, you know, because we're on a new cycle right now, you know, and it's just like, it's been just constant. This whole month has really just been one mad wheel of fortune. But it's the time where, because you got the Wheel of Fortune and the Hermit popping out here, and this is really profound, Taurus. It's like, where do you want your destiny to look like? This is like, it's like, look at that. We were talking about the Tower, but look, you've been given Wheel of Fortune. You know, it's just like, where do you want How do you want your abundance to look like? Where do you want this, where do you want to change? How do you want to grow? What lessons did you learn going through all up until this point? And how does growth look into this next chapter? Because these are the big questions. How do you let your light shine? These are really this is, I'm not kidding, the time to really start asking yourself that stuff, especially with where the energies are at. Come on. And really, Taurus, come on. You got what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, you're racking them up. Not a bad, 6. Look at that. We're racking them up here. You got a lot of major arcanas working up in the mix. You got a lot of planetary energy that's working up in the mix here. So this is really, I really feel like, Taurus, for you, I got like maybe 2 more after you. And the only, because this feels like a really kind of spirit, especially with this High Priestess Hierophant combo, Hanged Man Hermit combo. You might be the one that's really going through the biggest spiritual transformation, but it's really something that's going to, I feel like when you really take this time, Taurus, things are going to boom. And that's not to scare you, Taurus. That's seriously to get you pumped, because the only other signs that I think brought this level of spirituality and growth, or what's getting ready to go down, would be Scorpio. Your Scorpio, talk about a shaman. They're becoming a freaking shaman. So there's that, Taurus. Think about that. You two are kind of lined up here. Sagittarius had a similar thing. Now you. So what you want to do with that, Hierophant? Where are you trying to go? What? And again, really take care of your energies during this time, Taurus, because this really is, whatever's going down for you here, this is about to things are going to start picking up for you. So make the most of this evolution that you're getting ready to come into. This, like, the next highest vibration. More. Oh yeah, let's see what more we got. Just thinking too, Jupiter's gonna be in Taurus on on the 16th of May. Just little things like that. Mercury's gonna be moving into your sign here on the 3rd. These energies, Taurus. Your season probably is gonna be a big one. At least I feel like a good time to get back stable again. To get our, wow. Seriously, Taurus, I just got chills. Scorpio. You need to take a look at that. Both you and Scorpio came up here. It's time to take a note from them. Embrace this change that's coming for you, Taurus, and however it's looking like, because it's seriously, I don't know where you're going, but you're literally ascending before my eyes, and I'm a little overwhelmed, but I'm so excited, and you might be feeling overwhelmed. So go on a retreat. Get yourself in a good place, and make sure that you're surrounded by people that are encouraging this energy and that are promoting your growth, and that are you're just there to support, because you seriously, more, because what more do we need? Geez. Wow. And you know what, Taurus, this last little section is with this energy, it's going to bring it home, because this is, pay attention. If you don't listen to anything else, listen to this, because 2 planets are in, we're moving on to Pisces. 2 planets are in Pisces right now. Hold on, because let's start with Neptune, just because you got Neptune here. Neptune is, that's the Hangman. Neptune has been in Pisces for Neptune's at home in Pisces. Everyone's at home right now. At least the Empress and Venus are. Oh wait, the same thing. The Empress and Neptune are. I gotta get on that. But Taurus, another little celestial line up here. I want to say, I think it's Venus, but I want to say that Neptune is the higher octave of Venus. Just more stuff lining up for you here, Taurus. But back to Neptune. Neptune's been in Pisces for like the last, so probably like 11, 12 years, something like that. But during this energy, you know, hopefully you notice that you've been feeling more compassionate, because Neptune in Pisces is limitless compassion. I mean, and the value of coming together really shines through. But also, too, it can be very dreamy energy. And so the possible minus of that is that we can get kind of caught up in our heads and, you know, caught up in the fantasies, but not manifesting those actual, bringing that stuff, like in you know, creating stuff, you know, Magus card. But another thing, then this is the big part for you, that this is a great time, if you haven't been doing this, Taurus, you know, getting in touch with your spirituality and really coming, you know, and that, you know, mind, body, soul, just getting that all in alignment at this time. And if you've been going through that, if this change has been happening, keep it up, because seriously, it's going to, I think I just heard a champagne bottle opening, and there's no one here. Interesting. We're going to get ready to celebrate. That was interesting. But the other thing, Taurus, let's move on from that. Saturn in Pisces. Excellent placement. Saturn entered Pisces on the 7th of March and will be there until 2025. But this is a perfect time to look inward. And seriously, you got so much introspection right here, Taurus. I mean, it's aggressive. And change. This is a great time to connect with any dreams that you've had. If you've been doing any kind of, like, let's say if you've been having really active dreams or anything like that, maybe keeping like a dream journal, seeing where that's trying to lead you. Because, you know, get these ideas and figure it out where the high priestess is trying to guide this chariot. See where this stuff is going here, because man, you are just Saturn is like the planet of, you know, limitations, restrictions, karma, time. So he can come across as a bit of a hard ass, but in this sign in particular, this is probably like one of the softer sides of Saturn, because now he's just like, yo, I don't know what you're upset about. I just want you to I want those dreams that you've been having, that you've been yearning for. I want you to live them, manifest them. Magician, Hierophant, High Priestess. I mean, you may have extra tools. You may not even need all this, but Taurus, you have all the energies that you need to get this stuff done. But you know what? That's interesting. Let's talk about, let's get into your Oracle card, because you got the 3rd card of Aquarius. Sidebar. The energies are pretty much swapped here. Pisces on Aquarius, Aquarius on Pisces. You see all this stuff here, Taurus, and you might be like, Justin, you're just pulling all this stuff, but come on, how could I possibly? You know, like, this is the energy that you're bringing me, Taurus, but you got the 3rd card of Aquarius, which is the Black Widow, which is, I find that's awfully intense. But you got, the Black Widow is about betrayal, warning, twisted, turncoat, cunning, danger, toxic situation or relationship, web of control, entrapment, unexpected attack, insidious, poisonous, and low vibrations. So Taurus, especially with where you're at right now, your energies are ripe right now. Whoa! You need to watch out for people who are going to get in the way of your transformation, because here's the Tower. Come on. Taurus, if you, with this love, see, now I was about to, I forgot where I was for a second. I was about to talk to you like a homie. Taurus, with this relationship stuff, if you find that you're in some sort of toxic situation or relationship, anything that's lowering your vibration, remove yourself from that immediately. Because, and listen, you know I wouldn't tell you what to do, but with this thing lined up here, Taurus, if there are old things, the tower, we talked about the tower. This here is taking the tower in your hands and transforming. This tower moment is yours. This is not something that, like, well, if we keep our head in a sand pit or in a sand barrel, sand trap, then yeah, towers are going to happen to you. But this is something that you can take out of in your control. You can remove any sort of old foundations, any sort of low vibrations, any sort of toxic people. What else? Danger, cunning, entrapments, poisonous situations. You can take all that stuff and remove yourself. Biker, get out of this mess, you know, whatever that's looking like, because this is going to, Taurus, it's seriously full steam ahead. You got something that's getting ready to go down here, and we need to go at it with some heat. You go at it with with passion. Take all this bedroom roses energy, pour that into yourself, because seriously, it's time to get eyes on this stuff. Shiva, look at you, Shiva. You're getting ready to level up. You're going to see all this stuff is going to make all kinds of sense, but we got to move in that direction. We got to listen to where our gut's trying to guide us here. And it may sound like I'm coming at you. It's because I am, because I'm excited for your growth, Taurus. Mars energy. And Mars is in my sign, so yeah, I'm going to be a little aggressive. So brace yourself. But it really is just because it's shaman, mystic level. I don't know what, spiritual healer. I don't know what you might be trying to, with this energy, Taurus, you can bring tower moments to people. Change. Okay. I'm going to come down from that. So that Black Widow got me a little effed up. We're not messing with it. And you know that Black Widow's got you effed up. You can remove yourself. In Taurus, just thinking with the warnings, you know, literally, where'd the priestess go in the stack of abundance? I don't know where she is. Find her. Oh, here she is. Find her and listen to her. If something doesn't feel right, trust that. If something feels, only follow the high vibrations. Go that way, Taurus. Because not that it's never a competition, but seriously, you really brought it today, Taurus. I mean, jeez, I don't even understand. Are we getting more? Okay, it's like, am I just shuffling? What are we doing, Taurus? See, we're having fun. I'm with it. Okay. Hold on, higher self is cooking up something for you. Ooh. Okay, keeping all those? Okay, dope. Emer. All right, Taurus, we're gonna switch back over because seriously, this is nuts. Because you got another one of your cards here, Prince of Disc, and you got the Eight of Wands. Things about to come in fast, Taurus, for you. And wow. So, like I was saying, things are coming in for you fast. Let me tell you why we pause for a second. Moon in Taurus. Success. Taurus. You follow this path, you trust your intuition, and this is not something like I can because you're like, well, what does that mean? Like, seriously, listen to that inner voice in your head, like that, or your body, you know, whatever signals that lead you in a direction, and seriously, be receptive, Taurus. Remove any because you're change is coming for you is going to come for you when you embark on this thing. It's going to happen at a clip that I don't think that you understand. You're going to be, because this is epic. I mean, I'm nothing short of epic, and I don't And I hope you know I'm not just like blowing smoke up your skirt or anything like that, because I only have, if I have Taurus placements, I have Taurus in my midheaven. So there's that for you, Taurus. I don't have a lot of Earth in my chart. So you manifest like this is all stuff that you're bringing me, Taurus. So be with that and be with yourself and understand where your energies are trying to get you to, because that was wild. Yeah, that was wild. I think I'm gonna call it. I don't know. I'm not sure what else to say. So Taurus, if any of that resonates with you, give it a thumbs up. And you know what? I would love to see all of you give it a thumbs up, because just so I know that you're on this spiritual path, because seriously, this is how an Empress is born. I mean, my gosh, because the Empress is super intuitive. She's, like I was saying, she's a combination of the Queens. The Queens are all intuitive. So come on. Feminine energy is just like, it's more naturally intuitive, and that's something that your sign, Earth sign, naturally, Taurus, I can do this all day. You're and Taurus, share this. I want to see Empresses all over the place. That is, I think, I wouldn't even know what to do. I mean, other than lose it. And Taurus, please have all these Empresses subscribe and I don't, you know, if you want to get notified, but you'll just know, you're so intuitive, you just know when I'll release videos. So that's dope. And Taurus, Empress, actually really funny. I started a group on Insight Timer. So while you're in this meditative state, download Insight Timer if you don't have it. It's they have a free version, it's fantastic. They have a premium if you want it, Empress, because you could probably, you can make it happen. And if you want it. But I made a group on there called Zodiacs Raising the Vibration. And right now it's just a little place where I put little positive affirmations and things like that. But as it grows, and that's a place, if you got mad wisdom that you want to drop, Taurus, please bless us with some wisdom. Whatever it is that you got, Hierophant, please. And as it grows, one of the things I wanted to do was or that I'm planning on doing as soon as the group grows, is going to be a self-care with the Empress, just scheduling different meditation times and just doing what you're doing right now. That's what's about to happen. And I think that's all there. So yeah, check that out again. And that's, the group is Zodiacs Raising the Vibration. And lastly, because Taurus, we bonded. I don't know if you know this, but you got Cancer's biggest card. The only thing you're missing was the Queen of Cups, but you got our ruler and you got our card. So you can come over to the Chariot and Friends, whether you got Cancer in your placement or not, because we just get along, Taurus. Our energies are just harmonious. So if you just want to just kick it, come on over. But the channel, the Chariot and Friends, is for those of you if you have Cancer in your placement, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, wherever. Come on over. We discuss to Chariot, and obviously it's in the title, lunar shenanigans with the High Priestess. All that housekeeping, Taurus, is down in the description box below. Let's get your surprise card so I can get you out of here. You got Saturn's card here. You got the World. And then you got Declaration. Declaration. This is the 7th card of Leo's. Defiance, reclaiming power, sovereignty, contract, resolve, expressing truth, manifesto, self-rule, liberty or death, rules of the game, protesting, challenging the status quo. And I feel like this is time. This is less about. I'm more so feeling with this. This is about the truth, expressing your truth and reclaiming your power and getting your sovereignty. That's what I'm really feeling with this energy. It's time to make a declaration with yourself here and start manifesting your universe here, because the universe, this is the last stop. You've hit up almost every card on the Major Arcana train. Now you hit the last one here, because now we're at The wheel, or the universe, if you got the wheel, the universe is that what do you want to do next? What dream do you want to manifest? What do you want your world to look like? You know, because this is, what are we talking about that? What do you want your world to look like? Doubling down on that. I'm done. Like, in the best possible way, Taurus. I'm so done with you. I want you to go out there and just ascend. I hope I see you on the next one, because you really are just about to take it to the next level. Stay safe out there with all this energy and that Black Widow possibly about. So you stay safe out there, Taurus. Absolutely. And Taurus, when you are done with this metamorphosis or whatever that's going down here, you raise that vibration, because you got about every planet here. You hit up every freaking planet, raise that vibration so that the universe feels it, Taurus. And no, yeah, it may seem like an exaggeration, but why not? Empresses think big. Empresses are abundant. They got 2 houses, Taurus, or, well, you know what I'm talking about, the Empress, whatever. Keep doing all that, Taurus. And I'm so pumped for you. I really hope that this growth gets you to where you want to be in life and going forward, you know, this blessed. I'll catch you on the next one later. 'Cause wow.